Hi everyone, welcome to ProTradersSegment.com. Today's session we're going to cover cryptocurrencies, and yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who's actually invested or even trading cryptocurrencies. And yeah, what's happening in the crypto market? That's something I think a lot of people are actually asking, right? So after the fall from the highs a couple of weeks ago, where is cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other altcoins going, right? So today we're going to do that. Myself, Ardy, and Hamza. How are you, Hamza?
Hi everyone, I'm good. How are you doing, Ardy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So we'll be looking at crypto today. So I'll cover 2 coins, and I think Hamza is going to cover 2 or 3 coins. And yeah, so without further ado, let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to share my charts right now, and the first chart we're going to look at is Bitcoin. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to look at the higher time frames first. So this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. And as you can see, we are at a level whereby there is support, right? This is the demand zone. And I will just put arrows here so that you can see that we have support at this level right now. All right, so the level that's actually providing a lot of support and where buyers are coming in right now is at around the 29,000 level, right? Okay, but resistance is not too far. Actually, it's at around the $40,000 level. So we have about a range of about $10,000 where at this point, Bitcoin keeps on bouncing between those support and resistance levels. So unless the resistance is broken or unless the support is broken, at this point, I feel that market will actually tend to go sideways, right? So if it goes lower here and this support levels holds, basically we can see that price will go back up again. So as long as these two levels are not broken, we might see Bitcoin going sideways, right? But of course, when it goes lower at this point, we want to see whether that level is broken. If it does get broken, then where's the next support? Okay, I'll just draw it here. The next support is at around the 19,000 level, right? So that's the next support level that we may see if price actually goes lower, right? So that's for the weekly chart. Let's go on to the daily chart and see what's going to happen on the daily chart. So the daily chart, yes, since the highs of around 66,000, we saw that price made a 1, 2, 3 move down, and then after that we have a sideways movement in Bitcoin as what we can see right now on the chart. So this $30,000 level is a very important level, right? So if that breaks, basically we know it's going to go lower. But in my opinion, at this point, I see price going sideways for the time being. All right. So that's for Bitcoin. What's happening on the other coins, right? So we want to see also what's happening on Ethereum. And okay, let's go on to the higher time frame. Ethereum looks a bit more bullish than Bitcoin at this point, right? We saw that this resistance, okay, which was formed somewhere in February this year, has actually become support. All right. And at this point, we see that this weekly candle price is trying to retrace to the upside, and it is still not yet finalized unless we go into the weekends. Then we can see how the weekly candle finalized. If we go on to the daily chart, what do we see? Right. So let me just draw some markings on the chart so you can see that at this point we have the 17,000 level zone acting as a support at this point, right? So as long as this holds, then we could expect price to actually further go up. But Ethereum will also need to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin trends up, it will usually follow suit as well, right? Most of the time, sometimes it departs, but at this point, I think that the Ethereum will still follow where Bitcoin goes to next, right? So You can also see that there is a slanting line resistance here at this point, right here. And price needs to break above this slanting resistance in order for the price to actually continue to the upside. But if it's not able to actually break above that, I feel that the support at this zone will be retested again, right? So that's my take on Ethereum Bitcoin. Let's just, I'm going to now hand it over to Hamza. He's going to take a look at other coins. Hamza, what are you going to share? I'll stop my sharing now. Yep.
Let me share my screen. So let me first have a look on the Chainlink.
All right.
So let me just start fresh outlook. First of all, if we go on the daily time frame, we can see that the price is going to the downside very well. The price is making some lower highs and lower lows, and all these signs are of weakness. So the daily bias is to the upside, but here we can see some other interesting thing that here we have a huge zone of support, but this was a support, but it just broke to the downside, and now it is acting as a resistance zone. As we can see that we have a large rejecting candles out of this zone, and then we are making some kind of a engulfing candle. So that's some sign of weakness for the Chainlink. So if we go on the 4-hour chart, we can what we can see is that, let me just remove this, explain to you the structure of the market. So as we can see, this was a support zone that gets broken, and then it is now acting as a resistance zone. So price just supporting at that zone, break out to the downside, and now it just came back to retest at this zone. So when the market came to retest this zone and start making some bearish engulfing candles, so I was looking for some kind of a short move down to this area. So right now, for the intraday time frame, what we can see is that price rejected as a resistance there, and we also have broken huge support to the downside as we have already seen on the daily time frame. So right now the current market direction is to the downside, and the next area to have a support is this area. This is almost 16.00 area, $16.2 area. So what we could see is that price got attracted to this area, show some kind of a bounce, and maybe break below. If we get a break below and a retest, we could be seeing Chainlink move to the downside. But it is actually more kind of related with BTC. If the Bitcoin goes to the upside, and what Ardy has just shown the upside resistance on Bitcoin, if the Bitcoin able to break that resistance to the upside, we could see Chainlink also moving to the upside. But right now, we could see what's the flow of the market. So we are going to the downside. So the first target of the Chainlink is this. This is 16.23, and if we look on the daily to mark some sort of support zone, so this is the area of first support. So maybe this will be the second area, and this could be the third area of support for Chainlink. So these areas are quite near to each other, so we would consider it as a zone. So maybe we could make it as a zone right there. So for the move to the downside to 13.8, we need to break this to the downside and retest for further move to this area. So for now, as long as we are below this area of $20, so we are bearish. As we can see that we're also making some bearish structure on the intraday time frame. So In order to conclude the Chainlink, we can say that as long as we are below this area, we could see some more bearishness in Link USD in upcoming days. And if we go further, a breakout to the downside, we could see it may reach on 13.80. So that's what I got for the chain link. So we can also see downside trend line. So, uh, so all these things are a sign of weakness. So as long as we are below these kind of slanting lines, we are in a downtrend. So let's see how the BTC plays out in coming days, and it will indicate the direction of chain line. So for now, this area will act as a support. We would see some sort of a bounce, and a break to the downside will push the price even lower to the 13.807. So let's have a look on Litecoin. So if we have a look on Litecoin on daily time frame, we could see that we had a bounce uh, from this support area this week. So this is 118.63 area. So this was the support, right? Resistance there, then support again. This area act as support, and now we have a bounce at this area. So, but the current direction, as we can see, that market is making some lower highs and lower lows. So also we can see some kind of a wedge part pattern or some downside slanting line making. And so these are sign of weakness for the Litecoin. So let's have a look on some intraday time frame to get some more clear picture. As we can see, this was an area of support that gets broke, and now it will act as an area of resistance. So as we can see, if we get a move to the upside right at this zone, and we got some kind of rejection candle, maybe some bearish engulfing or some sort of a pin bar at this area. So we can open some short position, putting our stop loss above these highs, these highs, and the target will be this support area. So this will be some kind of intraday trade setup. So, but we need to see some kind of confirmation, some bearish engulfing or some bearish momentum at this area in order to enter some short trades. So for now, the possible setup will be to sell there with confirmation and took some profit here and see how the price react at this area. So if this area got broken to the downside, we would see the Litecoin to move even further to the downside, maybe even at this area of support on $98 mark. So we need to see how the price react at this area and at this area. An aggressive breakout up to the upside and to the upside of this slanting line would send Litecoin even at this area. So, but right now the momentum is to the downside. So the best scenario would be wait for kind of a retest at this area and selling here. Stop loss would be above, and target will be this area. And sorry, let's have a look on 1 hour chart for some kind of intraday setups. So as we can see, that this area was a support, a resistance there, then it acted as a support, then broken to the downside, and now price is rejecting at this area. So if we got enough rejection and see some sort of bearish price action here at this zone, we could enter some nice intraday setups, enter some nice short trades. Stop loss would be above this area and the target will be right here. So this would be some intraday setup. Maybe we would just go out of the trade in 3 to 4 hours. So pay attention to this area. If we got rejection right now, it is rejecting. If we got some bearish candle close, we could sell at this area and targeting maybe this area and this area. So that's what I got for Litecoin. In order to summarize, we could see that we need to wait until the price reaches at this area, and we could sell with some sort of confirmation right at this area. And the second scenario would be breakout to the downside of this area for further move to the downside. And the third possible scenario is if we got some aggressive breakouts to the upside, so we could enter buys when the market start making some sort of bullish market structure. So right now what I got, this is what I got for the Litecoin. So let's have a look on the Doge as well. Because many people are interested in this meme coin.
This is the
That was
popular meme coin.
actually a meme coin, but right now people are investing in this.
This is the one of the favorite meme coins, right, Hamza?
Yes. People, I know the person that even got a 400% of his investment. So it was just crazy, right? But once the Elon Musk start tweeting about this and making fun of this, it was just falling to the downside. So right now, as we can see, the momentum is to the downside, but here is a resistance area for the Doge, and this is actually a support area. Price bounced hardly at this area. As we can see, it made a fake out below this area, and then again back to the upside. So here are two levels that we need to pay attention at. So if we go to the 4-hour chart, so that we can see properly. So price is making made a bullish engulfing at this area of support. So we can wait for the price to move to the upside and break to the upside at this area and retest to enter this kind of trade, some intraday trade. And if we got a break to the upside at this area, so we could see Doge is moving higher to this area in upcoming days. So we need to see some sort of confirmation for entering any trade. So right now, I think we need to wait for Doge to push to the upside before entering any buy. So what do you think about this, Ardy?
Yeah, I think among all the charts that you showed me, I think that Dogecoin looks the most bullish right now because it has managed to actually close above the resistance zone, and now it's lying just at the support zone. And yeah, while some of the other charts are actually, going towards the downside, Doge looks like it's maintaining itself at that level. Right, Hamza?
When the BTC and Ethereum, yes, BTC and Ethereum, when they go down, people are more likely invest in altcoin and these kind of things. So
yeah,
but altcoin are also going downside. So I think we need to stay away from them for now. So people are panically selling and these kind of things. They are very aggressive in selling. When the BTC start going to the downside, they all sold most aggressive sellers. So that's why the altcoin market will crash and they lose more than 100% in a day. And these kind of things.
Yep. So at this point, I think for the crypto market, it is more bearish than actually bullish, in my opinion. And I would actually say that, we would, if you are not in the market right now, if you are not actually really invested. So I know some people are actually invested and, they are in a drawdown. And one of the strategies I think that you can take, if let's say you are in that kind of situation, is if you have more funds, you could actually be doing dollar cost averaging, right? So You might be buying at a higher level, but as it goes lower and you find that it's at bottom, it's bottoming, you will be buying more at that point, so that you average down. Some people are doing that.
Yes, but we need to see either these coins are bottoming or continuing to the downside. So
at this point, we cannot confirm that there's a bottom yet, right? We cannot confirm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to see even some kind of consolidation and move to the upside would be great. But right now they are in a downtrend, so we don't need to go against the trend. And
yep.
this kind of
Unless of course you are a trader and you take the swings, so then that's a different game altogether, right? So yeah, so thank you, Hamza. And I think we've come to the end of our session, and that's an overview of 5 cryptos, a total of 5 cryptocurrencies. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed our session, and hopefully you will join us again in our future sessions. And remember, trading is risky, and these videos that we do is basically for entertainment as well as educational purposes. And you got to do your own research before you actually invest in cryptocurrencies. Right, so I hope that you have enjoyed our show, and yep, I would like to also invite you guys to our community at protradersnetwork.com. Just head over to our website and take a look at the various packages we have. And myself, Hamza, and a couple of other analysts, we actually provide technical analysis as well as we give trade setups in our community. And you can talk to us inside, comment, or even ask us any questions related to trading the various financial markets. Last words from you, Hamza.
Yes, I just want to say that do let us know in the comment section what you want to see from us, what you want us to do videos for you. So we'll be happy to make content for you. And do have a look on our community. Maybe see some kind of testimonials of our community. And yeah, you will probably enjoy it as much as we can, as we do with us in the community.
Yep. So if you want, to be trading with other traders like ourselves, and basically you want to have insights on what we think where the market is going, since we provide analysis on a daily basis and we are traders ourselves, so you are basically going to get insights from people who are really actively trading and always looking at the market, and we are basically a team, right? So you have a team which is always giving ideas, and if there's anything that's that we see on the charts, I guess you'll be first, one of the first to know, right? So thank you once again for viewing our videos, and hopefully you can join us again in the next few coming videos. All right, cheerios.